So girls, how you doing? Let's do another pick a card. Today is going to be why as a distance. So that could be fascinating and very triggering. So stay cool. It's just tarot, as I always say. So we do 2 pounds and then we have a major arcana from the soul card because I love this deck. You don't do. Okay, let's go. Okay, 2 pounds before I just starting fluffing around. Okay, let's do this. Why are they distance? 1, 2, 1, 2. So pound number 1. 9 of Wands, 8 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Well, here we go, in my face, isn't it? Because they run away from their own feelings, from their own emotion. They can't face it. They're trying to control with the mind. The sword is all about the mind. However, they've been trying to resist that communication through a lot of hurdles and a lot of obstacles, and it's really becoming difficult really to maintain that suppressing of the emotion through the mind. Very, very hard. After that, you're going to have obviously the 10 of Wands. Let's get that straight. In the meantime, yes, communication is coming. So it's not that they don't want to communicate, they just don't know what to say maybe. They don't know how to even make sense of their emotion because maybe the emotion don't make sense. But emotions are not supposed to make sense. They're supposed to be felt, if that makes sense. So, let's try to be on the right debate here, right? So it's about expressing and also entering a new phase when you both surfing the same wave. You know what I'm saying? It's very focused, very proper conversation. It's no point having conversation talking about the weather because we both know it's not about the weather we want to talk about, right? They're hoping as well for communication they're going to be smooth because so far it hasn't been straightforward. They're the emperor. Here you go. Male, female doesn't matter, but it's someone who definitely know what they stand, what they want, how they want to make it happen. They want to go for victory. They don't fluff around. Here we go. Rebirth. It goes very well together. All of this. You see, the end of pretending not to feel, accepting the emotion, and then actually translating those emotions into action and talk about it. As I say, I think it's a little bit like yesterday. It's not because you talk about it that you're going to get married next week. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, some of you might. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, in general, you just, it's like opening a book. You don't know what the end of a story is, but you start by chapter number 1, isn't it? Nice, Axelle. I know. Right, boom. Happy ever after? Are you kidding me? So they might be distant because, yes, they know there's going to be something phenomenal. They know it's going to be massive. They sense that it's not going to be like a little conversation. It's not a little story. It's something that's going to bring happiness, like the fairy tale kind of story. That's why they're distant, because they know they're trying to push you away, they're trying to resist it, they're really, really trying to run away from their own emotion themselves. But they very much know that they need to give birth to themselves again and they need to communicate. So they're distant because they know the enormity of the emotion towards you. Beautiful. It's a nice problem to have, to be fair. So let's have one card, one major arcana from the soul cards. Let's have a look. What is it going to be? Wheel of Fortune, of course, because it's that free will that we all have. You decide to say something or not. Not everything is written by the destiny, universe, God, unicorn, whatever you want to call it. It's some decision we make. Am I opening the door or not? Or am I moving forward or not? From those decisions, and you can't make any mistake. There's no mistake in life. You either learn from something or you enjoy it. So what's the problem? There's no mistake. Okay, so maybe they have to leave themselves alone and allow themselves just to blossom. Whatever needs to be said will be said. They will find the word. They have put too much pressure on themselves. They will say what needs to be said. Arrivederci, right? Right, okay, so file number 2. Why is it distant? So the Hermit, 7 of Wands, Temperance. Okay. Well, they're distant because obviously they're in a cave. Male, female, doesn't matter. They need to be a hermit. They need to have that moment of distance. Sorry, a bit of a luminosity here. They need to have that pause, that moment of reflection, and maybe you as well. Maybe sometime we're rushing from one thing to the next. We don't have time just to have a moment and to be alone with our own thought. Where do I stand? They need to figure it out because they're being resisting. They've been fighting as well, maybe with the outside world. Maybe there's a lot of argument around at home. Maybe there's a lot of argument at work. There's a lot of argument everywhere. So they're resisting because I can't even have a moment of peace to think. So they're distant because they need to come back to themselves. And they know, obviously, that you meant to be sharing something. They need to balance themselves. They need to rebalance as well the connection between you and them. It's an idea as well of tasting the water. Maybe having a little, first text or first conversation, but very light, just to see if we still can communicate or not. Or is that possible? Is it still something? There's a lot of question mark here, right? They're moving towards you, so it's really easy for them to realize that they're gonna have to do this. But the thing is how do I do this? They have to leave the yuckiness behind. They have to what? I was doing so well, really. They're aware they have to leave the yuckiness behind them. The argument, there's a lot of ones here. It's a lot of argument, a lot of powerful, passionate conversation. It's not easy, and they want to also, between you and them, they want to let go of the argument as well. They just need to find a place of peace. Is there any place in the world that can be peaceful or just quiet? You know what I mean? Silence. They have regret though. They know that they miss an opportunity of that peace. Absolutely, because it was all about the cups. It was about the emotion. They miss that opportunity with you, and they want to fix it. They know that, right? Yeah, the timing was wrong, and they want to come towards you with a gift, the gift of excuses, maybe apology, maybe some just simply saying something, just saying a word, just saying, holding your hand, just opening the heart, just saying it. That's what it is, There's a nostalgia, romantic love, and also that peace. With you, I think they realized there was something. There was some emotion they were finding difficult to maybe face themselves. Maybe they kind of give up on that romantic love in their life, no matter what, for a long time ago. And they realize that with you, they can reconcile with that side of them. Maybe they were very focused on money, on business, on career, because it's something very safe. You don't emotionally get that involved. I mean, you can be passionate for what you do, but what I'm saying, it's not going to break your heart at that level. I think there was someone else in the way, so that's why they couldn't really approach you. Now they're also someone very much based on the money and the career, and that's something that they spend a lot of time doing, and maybe that make them feel more secure. They like the idea of being together as, I'm the guy or I'm the girl, doesn't matter, male, female, doesn't matter. But it's an idea of normally with one person, and they find themselves in a weird position. So they maybe stay distant because they need to get the strength to approach you. They need to find that strength to make the decision between two. I think they're finding the time now being alone and regroup. That's why they're distant, but they're moving towards you. Excuse me, George is definitely here. So they want to leave the yuckiness of the argument, whether with the other person or even with you. They don't want to come back to you and have an argument. They want peace. And they want serenity. They want to move toward a place when they feel at home. And I think you want the same thing. I think it's all about the love, but the mind has to calm down. The mind sometimes is just a pain. You just say it. Okay, so one card from the soul card. Obviously, Major Arcana, excuse my voice, really. The High Priestess, you already know. And I think they know as well. Excuse me. They're the High Priest. Doesn't matter, male, female, doesn't matter. It's about, you both know you belong to each other, but there was this interference, and I don't want to be disrespectful to anyone, but they were busy somewhere else with somebody else, apparently. At the same time, they recognize you as a soulmate. They know there is something, they could feel it, but maybe they wanted to secure the career, maybe secure the money before maybe they divorce, or maybe they make a drastic decision, but they need to be as well by themselves. They need some time just to rethink, who am I, what do I want? Because I know you, I see you, I feel you, but at the same time, I need to know who I am and where I'm standing right now, because it's a huge decision, obviously. It's not to be taken lightly. Oof, powerful. So yeah, that explains why they're distant, but hey, everything in the right time, at the right time. If I could speak English as well, that would be great. At the right time. On this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah, ciao.